Hello, this is a 1080p 60 frames per second with the Campark, don't know if you can see it, there we go, the Campark X25 Action Camera, which you can see here, which we purchased on Amazon for a little bit less than $50. This is a 1080p video test, 60 frames per second, just to see how good you think the video quality is, how well you can hear me right now. I know this camera was released maybe about 2 years ago, so I'm very late. However, I did want to make these videos just to appreciate that, to show you that it is possible to have very good video quality on a camera that is less than $50, because there's a lot of cameras out there that cost around $50. And not all of them will have the same quality video as this one. So if you bought this camera first, like I did, and saw that the video quality can be very good for around $50, then you bought another camera like I did, for example, the Van Top Moment for You, and I realized that not every camera, two cameras might be the same price, but they won't have the same video quality. So I just very much appreciate that. In my opinion, the quality here is very good, especially for the price, a little bit less than $50. The Campark X25 Action Camera. I think it's very clear. Feel free to disagree with me, but this is going to be a long video test at 1080p 60 frames per second, where we just walk around with this camera and we just kind of talk about what you can expect with different action cameras. Let's just put the camera down right over here. This is the Campark X25 Action Camera, purchased for a little bit less than $50, and I really like the video quality. It's 1080p 60 frames per second, and it just goes to show you that you don't have to pay hundreds of dollars to get a good action camera. That being said, since this costs around $50, maybe a little bit less, it doesn't mean that every camera that costs the same as this one will have good video quality. The Campark X25 Action Camera, which means that you really have to do your research. You have to spend time shopping around on Amazon, looking at video tests on YouTube, looking at sample footage like this, before you decide on an action camera to purchase. So I will say, typically you get what you pay for, but the more research you do and the more you narrow down your options, it is possible to settle on a choice like this, the Campark X25, which has great video quality. But the only way to do that is to watch lots of test videos on YouTube like this one, Campark X25, because it's very easy just to go by what the manufacturer says. And I've seen the boxes, I've seen what they write in their product descriptions. Typically it'll say something like 1080p or 4K smooth video, capture all of your moments in high definition, clear footage, 20 megapixel camera. And that's another thing. You're not going to buy a cheap action camera for the camera, for the ability to take photos, because more often than not, those are not going to be clear, and the camera feature on a cheap action camera is not meant to replace your smartphone camera or the camera on a point-and-shoot camera. So just keep that in mind. Forget about the photos. More often than not, on a cheap camera, they're not going to be great. And this is the Campark X25 Action Camera. Got a mirror with me just to show you what I'm filming with. So I really like this camera. I was very happy with it when I bought it, and I hope this will just show you that you don't have to spend hundreds of dollars to get a great action camera. That being said, even though I like the quality here, please feel free to disagree with me, and please understand that more often than not you will get what you pay for. So if you buy a camera for $50, the quality is not going to be perfect, and it's not going to necessarily have features like image stabilization, which will, and if it does have image stabilization, it's not going to necessarily maintain the same quality. I have a couple of cheaper action cameras, less than $100, and when I turn on image stabilization, what happens is the quality automatically gets worse. Not this camera, but a couple of other ones. So with those advanced features like image stabilization, you will get what you pay for. Those features might not work perfectly. So if you're looking for crystal clear footage, especially at very high resolutions like 4K, you might want to look into paying for a brand such as GoPro. But I've never had a GoPro camera before, so I can't really comment on that. You would have to own a cheap action camera and decide for yourself if that is acceptable for what you're doing, whether it's going on vacation, etc. Or if you think it's not acceptable and you might want to end up paying a little bit more. So this has been a 1080p 60 frames per second video test with the Campark X25 Action Camera, which has, in my opinion, very good battery life and decent quality video. We're just going to walk up to the pond and then conclude our video test. Thanks for watching. I hope that this video quality is good. I actually haven't used this camera in a number of months, so I'm going to go transfer it to my computer right now, and we're going to post it to YouTube where you're watching it right now. So thanks for watching this video test of the Campark X25 1080p 60 frames per second, and have a nice day.